is my travel typewriter. This is Lily from Hawaii. Say hi, Lily.
Hi, Lily.
Named for Queen Liliuokalani because when I go to Hawaii, I'm a history nerd and I'm like touring the royal palace, not actually on the beach. So I'm like, oh, issues of national sovereignty. I'm gonna sit inside and read things, and everyone at the hotel is like, hey, we're going to the beach, and I'm like, bye, have fun. Get sunburn for me. So I arrived in Hawaii on the last, I did a 50 states tour via Twitter last year, which was pretty awesome. And had a lot of fun in Massachusetts, by the way. In
Woodstock.
Woodstock. Oh, we're a bunch of you at Woodstock?
Yeah.
Yay!
And Tommy Doyle's.
And Tommy Doyle's. Tommy Doyle's was a blast. Were any of you up in Holden? Yay! Hey. Where's Holden? Oh. Yeah, there's something outside Boston, yes. We have this phenomenon out in Alaska, too. We have Anchorage, and then there's Alaska. Kind of two different things. New York experiences this as well, I think, and yeah, most states, I think, actually have they have the big city, and then they have the rest of the states. So. In Massachusetts, they're just a lot closer, though. It's like you drive 15 minutes, and then you're out there. I'm like, oh, your states are so little and cute, I want to pinch them on the cheeks. They're adorable. If I want to go to the next town I can play in Alaska that's like actually a city, I have to drive 8 hours. So, can you hear this at all?
Yep.
All right, good. She's a good projecting Broadway typewriter. I play the typewriter because I'm a geek of many stripes. I'm not so much a computer programming geek as a literature and word nerd type, but I can hold my own, so don't worry about it. And I've been thinking a lot because I've been seeing this interesting phenomenon where geeks try and disqualify one another from kind of being in the club. Because lately it's gotten cool to wear thick glasses and pretend that you know things. And that's fine. I don't really worry about having some sort of kind of strange standard that people have to meet. I think that's a little bit bizarre, because usually when you talk to someone for 10 minutes, you know if they're the real deal or if they're just pretending. And so I don't concern myself much with this, but it bothers me that we're talking about excluding people from a group that was traditionally an out-group. So I figure the only standard really is passion. Are you passionate about something kind of dweeby that you'll stay home and do on a Friday night when all the cool kids are doing something else? And that can be practicing an instrument or rock climbing or training for a marathon, or it can be a lot of different things. It doesn't have to be, you know, computer games, but if you're obsessed with something to the point where you'll do that instead of whatever it is the cool kids do on Friday night, then I think you qualify. Besides, what the cool kids do is expensive and boring, so I don't know. So here's a song about that. This is called the Nerd Anthem. And after that, we're going to take a break and make sure you don't trample anyone. Everyone be nice and safe. That's right. Because this is a perfectly reasonable capacity for this room, as long as we're all nice to each other. Okay. 1, 2, 3. All the cool kids keep enthusiasm rationed, right down to the last explosive ounce. But I'd rather indulge my many passions, even if my squaritude is overly pronounced. Perhaps I do not strike you as a geek, without the horn-rimmed glasses and knee-high Argyle socks. But nerdery is more than wardrobe deep, and I'm a nerd down in my heart, and that's where nerdhood rocks. I am better acquainted than a good girl ought to be with Aragorn and Yosef Bridge and Worf and Hal and Han. But you don't really know me, and my culture don't control me, so don't you pigeonhole me, cause my phaser's set to stun. Oh, I have been a nerd since long before I could have heard that bookish girls should look and act a certain way. And I'll still be a geek when I am utterly antique, because I do not care what normal people say. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. My superpowers draining fun from parties. But if I am a misfit, then I'm in good company with Auden, Austin, Hawking, Galileo, and Van Gogh, and countless other weirdos whom you really ought to know. So, stow your expectations. I won't fix your PC, and I don't mind being underrated or ignored. The world is is much too interesting to entertain ennui, so I won't ever play it cool, and I won't ever once be bored. Oh, I have been a nerd since long before anyone heard that pale and scrawny was the latest fashion trend. I'll still be a geek after nobody thinks it's chic, 'cause I don't require approval in the end. No, 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 I have been a nerd since my first 5-syllable word, and no TV series or movie changes that. And I'll still be a geek. Now vote for Pedro saw last week. I do not care whether Milan endorses plaid. No, 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 I have been a nerd since long before anyone heard that pale and scrawny was the latest fashion trend. And I'll still be a geek after nobody thinks it's chic, 'cause I don't need your approval in the end. No, I don't need your approval in the end.